Welcome to the Limelight podcast, where authors, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders step forward to share their ideas, stories, and strategies. I'm Clarissa Burt, inviting you into thoughtful dialogue, refined insight, and an esteemed way of living. Hey everybody, it's Clarissa here. You are back in the limelight, and you know how I love to showcase phenomenal people, especially women and authors who have a book that you cannot miss. And that's why I'm so excited to have Linda Summersea with us today. Linda has written a book, which, by the way, I wish I could show you. I can't. Maybe she has a copy there close by. I never got the book. I never got the book, Linda, but it's called The Girl with the Black and Blue Doll. And I'm going to have her explain all this. This is really if you will, a coming of age story. We talk about the 50s and the 60s in her book. I think I'm a couple years behind you, but very similar in that you're from Massachusetts.
5 years. I looked it up.
Okay. I was in Philadelphia. You were in Massachusetts, so not too far away. And kind of a similar-ish background, if you will, with being the firstborn, having to take care of younger children, having, parents that my parents, in my case at least, were too young to be having children. Let's just leave it at that. In your case, I want to hear all about the story, because I know you spent a lot of time hiding under your bed because that's how you coped. So why don't we start at your beginning? Tell us all about why you felt you wanted to write the book.
Well, I always wanted to be a writer. And frankly, and then I went into education and working with youth at risk without even realizing that I had been a youth at risk.
Right.
The reason being that the American Psychiatric Society had not diagnosed body dysmorphic disorder until 1987.
Yes,
and here
ma'am.
I was in the 60s, So,
yes.
But now it's in the forefront because of social media, et cetera, TikTok, filters, kids being
all
really
the things. Internet changed the world.
Yeah. Yes. And so in my case, water here. As you say, I was parentified. So we were on a farm, 3-generation farm. And we were really isolated there. My mother, as I say in the beginning of my book, I have always loved wild places. My siblings and I grew up on a 3-generation family farm where we were put out to pasture at an early age. We crawled on our bellies in our stick forts and grazed on wild strawberries till the cows came home. And that's literally what our everyday was.
Right.
And so the first time I saw kids was when I went to kindergarten. And then that's why I didn't talk until 3rd grade, because I was so freaked out at the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I became depressed. And long story short, I became more depressed. And body dysmorphic disorder shows up in adolescence generally. Boys and girls can have it, and 2% of the population can be diagnosed with this. It's not easy to diagnose because a quiet kid could just be a quiet kid. You don't want to lay a whole bunch of heavy stuff on them.
Yes.
So step one, if you think that your child is not wanting to be in social situations, you can take them to your primary care doctor.
Right.
And then the primary care doctor can give his opinion and recommend a psychiatrist.
Right. Let's get back to the farm a minute. Let's get back to the farm.
Back to the farm.
Let's get back to the farm. The farm. So you had 2 siblings underneath of you, and then there was mom, who you say was a little distant. Dad was a workaholic.
Oh, yes. Right.
Dad was a workaholic, but grandparents, you say, were of comfort, but a little confusing as well. What did that mean?
Well, my mother just didn't like being a mother. I mean, she put us out as soon as that door shut and my father was on his way, and she would open the screen door and hand us peanut butter and jelly sandwich and say, go have a picnic.
Right.
So she spent her days smoking and watching soap operas, I figure. Yeah. And then even later on, when I was in middle school, we had a home built on the hill on the farm because there was 100 acres. And even then, she, as soon as, then she had her 4th child. So as soon as I came in the door, she handed me the baby.
Yeah.
And would you think that during the day she might have vacuumed, maybe made a little supper and said, put it in the oven, Lynn? Nope. My sister and I had to do everything.
Was she depressed, do you think?
I don't know. Maybe she had been a very social person, and my father was
Mhm.
totally
Yeah.
not. And he was very withdrawn. He was 10 years older. He just
Yeah.
very little, very little communications with us
Right.
kids for sure.
Right. So fast
And
forward into school. You get into kindergarten,
so
you
I
get into
get
middle school, and then what happens? Things start to
okay.
change. Yeah. You start to,
Okay.
yeah,
Yes, things
socialize.
start to change, and I am depressed, and I can't look in the mirror. That's the thing. When I look in the mirror, which is very typical of body dysmorphic disorder,
Right. Right.
because it gives a young person a false perception of what they look like. If you
Mhm.
have a little blackhead, you think it's as big as a nickel.
Right.
That nose, oh my God, look at that
Yeah.
nose. That's
Yeah.
big. She's never going to be a model, speaking to the
Right.
choir here.
Well, I never thought, we can go into that story. And I never thought it was going to happen for me either. I mean, because of the
Well,
self-esteem issues, but go
mhm.
ahead.
So that was one transition, was when I went to middle school, and then I started to really get withdrawn. So the next transition was into high school, and when I went into high school, oh, you have to sign up for a course, are you going to be in business course, et cetera, et
Sure.
cetera.
Sure.
So I came home with the paper and and I'm at the dining room table filling it out, and um, how did I express that? My sister, I said to my father, I'm going to take the college course. Sister Florentine says that I might want to be a teacher. And my father, boom, you are not going to be going on the college course. You're going to work in a factory
Wow.
just like me.
Yeah. So you
You
went
know,
you
and
went to the nuns as well.
yes, that's right. That too. Yeah. But that was
Okay.
nice because they cared,
Yes.
right? They
Yes,
cared.
of course.
Yes,
But
in the
again, there was the Catholic indoctrination. I know because my mother went 12 years to the nuns as well. And we come from a very Catholic family. But yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
Okay.
same here. Yeah. In fact, my mother, and this might be something to do with her lack of child rearing, uh, what's the word?
Right.
Present.
Acumen. Yeah, right.
Yeah, because her mother and father sent her and her two sisters to Catholic boarding schools when they were in elementary
Oh,
school.
wow. Okay.
So
Yeah.
they were in Quebec, they were in
Right.
Putnam, Connecticut.
Right. Right.
So they didn't get the nurturing
Sure.
either.
Right. Right.
And so, so it can be carried down, needless to say.
Where was it
So they're
changing point?
dealing,
Where was that turning point for
the
you?
turning point was right when my father said, "You will not." And then I realized,
Work.
yes,
Okay.
I will. And by the way, he said, if you don't want to do that, you can take the business course and work in a bank. But I said, no, Sister Florentine says I could be a good
A great teacher.
option.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So I go, and the next transition is, here we are. I'm here. I'm away from home. I meet not siblings. I meet kindred spirits,
Right.
other art students. And of course, it's the hippie years and the Vietnam years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I come out of my shell and
Yeah.
I'm able to express myself. And even, let's see, November 19th, 1969, the moratorium against the Vietnam War in Washington, D.C.,
Right.
my boyfriend and I hitchhiked to Washington. It took us 3 hours.
You were
That's it.
15 at the time.
No. 50.
You were in
It,
69. You were 15.
69. No.
I was 10.
I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. Let's see. It was 70.
Okay. All right. I
Yeah,
just didn't know.
anyway,
My
we
goodness.
won't.
Okay.
We
Okay.
won't.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I'm glad you pointed that out. No sense giving people the wrong impression. No,
All
no, I
righty.
was
Okay.
a sophomore
Little.
in college.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
And
sophomore
you're
in college.
closer to 20 something. Okay.
Yeah. So that was the big transition. And through the book, the book has 59 chapters, every one with a surprise, because there are ups and downs and ups and downs, and it's a very fast read.
Yeah.
And as
So would you say that writing the book was cathartic? I know writing my book was, but was it cathartic for you to go back that far, go
well,
through all the
no,
things
no, I
again?
think I had all those scenes in my mind, all those years, of course.
Mhm.
But by the time I was an adult, I knew that, I had gotten over it, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But I didn't know I had body dysmorphic disorder until I was writing the book.
Right. Oh,
Because,
wow. What year was that?
pardon?
What year was that?
Let's see. This is 26, 60. No, it was some way into it. Maybe like 6 years ago, not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah, because I never
Wow.
had any reason. When I was teaching, no one knew about body dysmorphic disorder, just
Yeah.
like they never knew about autism or on
Right.
the spectrum. There were so many things that no
Right.
one really knew anything about. So it was while I was writing the book that somehow the topic of body dysmorphic disorder came up. I think it
Right.
was when I was doing some research because Oprah had called 2024 the year of teen mental health awareness.
Right.
And then that's where I discovered that, oh my God, that's me. And so that's when,
Checked all the
so I,
boxes, huh?
so I added that into the book. Then it wasn't just a story about a little kid living on a farm. It was about
Right.
a little kid hiding from mommy with daddy's army
Exactly.
belt,
Did it
and all
start?
that.
Do you remember? Was it you looking in the mirror? Did it start at home? Was it something that was said or that was drilled into your
No,
head as a
oh
child?
no, it was the first time I looked in. Was tall enough to look in the bathroom mirror. Those old fashioned
Yep. Yep.
wooden cabinets,
Sure.
that were in the bathroom with a little tiny mirror. And as soon as I was tall enough to see, I just, I didn't
You
like
didn't
what I
like what you
saw.
saw. Okay.
Right. And
Did you
so,
have any mirrors that showed you full body?
no, no.
Okay.
But that gave me the reason to think that when I was in eighth grade, heck, I weighed 105 pounds and I thought I was mammoth. And we know 105 pounds for a
Yep.
5'4" is not mammoth. But
Wow.
I really thought I was fat. And if baggy clothes had been in style then, that's what I would have been
What
wearing.
wearing. So only finding this out recently, in other
Yes,
words, in an advanced age, if you will,
yes.
what did you do? What were your next steps to affronting this, taking that bull by the horns and working on that issue? What were your steps?
You mean while I was writing the book?
Well, I mean, you
Because
figured
no,
it out while you're writing the book. You said, okay, I've
right.
got this disorder. Okay, let me go take
Yeah,
a deeper dive. I'm going to do some research. Yep,
right.
checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
How did you start reversing out of that for yourself? Or
Well,
how?
by looking in mirrors. Right now, if you went in my bathroom, there's a very bright night light, and that's the light I use. And to this day, these are the remains of it. When I go to a hotel, the first thing I do is unscrew that light bulb over the bathroom sink.
No kidding.
Those giant mirrors. We don't need all
No
that.
kidding. You still do that to
Yeah,
this
I
day.
still do that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I just, I'm
Feel
queasy about that.
uncomfortable in some way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're able to do from here to here. You can do face now.
Right. Oh, and I have a full length mirror in my bedroom,
You do.
So
Okay.
yeah, so
All
that's not
right.
an issue because
You
that's the thing. As an adult, I know that I'm not ugly. I know I don't have
okay.
giant, whatever pimples,
Right,
etc.
right, right.
And I'm not fat.
Okay, so after all of this, and the book is, I think what we've said, we can find it on Amazon if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yes, Amazon.
Awesome. That's great. And I want to remind everybody the name of the book is The Doll with the Black and Blue. Sorry, The Girl with the Black and Blue Doll.
Right.
Why black and blue doll? Is there a significance to that?
Because the first one was when I got stung by a bumblebee under my t-shirt going up to get the mail. And then, of course, my mother didn't know what to do. So she took me to the neighbor and an old senior citizen. There we were holding onto the sides of the carriage, my sister and me and my brother in the carriage, and we were zipping down the road, a
And it
mile
hurt
away.
as it was
Yeah, and it
stinging
hurt.
like heck.
And I'm
Yeah.
crying. And then she took care of it with some baking soda, and we got home, and I went to get Betsy Wetsy, and I got a magic marker out of the drawer, and I gave Betsy Wetsy a mark of solidarity with my issue. And then whenever I got a bad bruise or, which was not from being hit, but because I
Yeah.
could run.
Right.
But
And it's so funny
from
because
falling off the stone wall or something, I
yeah,
would
wow.
be Betsy
And that is
Wetsy.
so funny because when I was reading your bio, I went, oh my God, Betsy Wetsy, I haven't heard that in 60 years.
Right.
I mean, I'm 67. I went, oh my God, I think that was the last time I heard that. It was about 60 years, Betsy Wetsy. And I don't know if I ever had Betsy Wetsy. My
Yeah.
mom wouldn't allow me to have dolls that the actual, like it would wet things. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
yes,
have
yes.
that running around the house.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I didn't have Betsy Wetsy, but I do remember that name.
Yes.
So you really, really, I mean, she was, I'm imagining of great comfort to you, your doll.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, I didn't really like dolls, but
Yeah.
this was more of a companion than a doll to me. You
Exactly.
know what I
No
mean? She
kidding.
was, a
Wow.
doll.
So as you were
Yeah.
saying, there's a second significance to why you named it the girl with the black and blue doll?
No,
First, it
no.
was just okay. First,
It
it
was
was
just
just the bee
because of the
thing.
bruises and the solidarity.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
that was
so
the doll.
that's really great. So talking about teens and the mental health crisis we were
Right.
talking about, and then and I talk about this frequently too. The mental health crisis, and then social media has not
Mm-hmm.
helped anyone at all, and
Mm-hmm.
suicide rates
Right.
that have been very, very scary, especially since COVID, apparently, because
Yes.
COVID psychologically seemed to have transfixed people in a way that we probably hadn't seen up until then. It took people out of their social circumstances, and I think people had to spend more time alone, more time in their head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure, but I
Yes.
think that's a good guesstimation.
True. Yes.
And I know that there are a lot of, there's a lot of teen difficulty now. You are working toward that end. You are actively working, aren't you, toward classes and courses or things that you do?
Um, no, I
Could
don't
have
take.
sworn I read that. No, I thought that you were helping at risk youth.
Oh, I did while I
Okay,
was
there
a
you go.
teacher. Yes, yes.
Okay.
I
So
taught
let's
at,
talk. Okay, whew. I was thinking, oh,
yes.
I hope that wasn't another bio I read. Okay, so tell me, okay, so this is amazing because you're taking your life experience, you've got your overcoming story, and then you move on to
Right.
help others. How did that play out? How did you come?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think the kids really liked me a lot, and they were youth at risk at the high school level, especially. It was small groups, and so I would involve them in activities, volunteer activities. Like every Wednesday, we volunteered at a church. A luncheon for senior citizens. And
Oh,
so
wow.
there they learned to cook. And as a matter of fact, one of the boys went on to join the Navy and wanted to be a cook in the Navy.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it
Yeah.
was a learning experience for them in lots of different ways, in addition to serving people. Like it'd be like waitressing or waiting on table
Yeah.
there. But it got them out in the
In the real
public.
world, right. And what were
Yeah.
some of the exercises you walked them through as far as being at risk? Let's take a deeper dive into what being at risk means for children.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Well, being at risk is what we talked about with, like a potential for suicide or for getting really depressed and those kinds of things, being antisocial.
Right.
But at the time, of course, they were not described to me
Of
as at
course.
risk.
They were having difficulty integrating, let's say that.
Exactly. And so
Okay.
these six kids would come into my little office and we'd go over their English papers and stuff and talk about this and that. And
So
then
great.
we would do little mini field trips and things
That is
like
so
like
amazing.
even going grocery shopping for the
Yeah.
senior center thing, the
Yeah.
senior group,
That
all
is
that
so
kind of thing.
extraordinary. That must have been a great satisfaction for you.
It was fun. I can remember us in the car singing at the top of our lungs. It was an adult, mind you.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the songs you were singing were. I don't know if you can remember that or not.
Oh, I thought about that the other day, but I can't remember right now. I
Yeah, it's
can't
okay.
remember.
I don't know. I want to go down the Led Zeppelin path, but it could have been anybody.
Oh, hey, I loved Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, right. I know.
But that was
So
earlier.
you were saying something here about children don't heal from trauma easily, but they do remember it.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. They may heal. They will
Okay.
heal, but
Right.
they'll remember. And so that's what,
Yeah, and I think that's a life lesson as well. I mean,
yes.
it keeps you, it keeps you kind of in balance, what you do want in life, what you
Mhm.
don't want in life, and what you're going to stay away from and what you're going to move toward. So I
Right.
think that those are really, really great, great lessons as well. What else would you like for everybody to know about you, your story, your path, your book that we
My
haven't
book.
discussed?
Well, let's see. Actually, one thing about the book is that the testimonial on the back covers from Jack Canfield, who
Yeah.
said,
Should become a
this is a great
movie.
book. I couldn't put it down. I read it cover to cover, blah, 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 blah. And he said, I know this will make a great
It'll
film
make a great
someday,
movie. I
but
know. I
read the
read
book
that.
now.
Yeah,
And that's what he
exactly. I
said.
read that. And that was great coming from Jack. I know Jack. I know.
Oh, isn't he great?
Oh, yeah,
He's
he's
really,
lovely. Yeah.
yeah.
And so Jack and Mark Victor Hansen. Mark lives not too far from me, actually, here in Scottsdale. So he's been on
Oh,
the show. I've met him many times. He's been on my show as
hmm.
well. But just, obviously luminaries and great men to work with. I can imagine it was phenomenal to work with him because many of the people that I
Yes.
do get from the National Publicity Summit have worked with Mark.
Yes,
So,
yes, the National Publicity Summit was part of what I
yep.
did too. And
Yeah.
it's true. If I was really glad that I did it because it gave me the confidence to realize I did have this story.
Yeah.
And I had always been a writer in high school.
Yeah. Of
And,
course. Of course.
you
What's next? Tell me
know,
what's next for you.
what's next? Well, hopefully the film. Audio, the audiobook.
Okay.
That's one part that I don't have yet. And I do want to do the audiobook in my own voice.
I'm going to do the
And
audiobook. Yeah. Get that onto
so
Audible. It'd be
anytime
great.
now, I shall be working on that.
How fun. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then move toward the film. How
Oh,
cool
the
would
film.
that be?
Yes, well, I do have a film agency, as it were. And there is a proof of concept by Linda Summersea that's being created as a film trailer, like 4 minutes. And that's being done by another company in New York. So as soon as that's finished, which it's this
That's
close, then
extraordinary.
the other company will be able to present it to, the
Oh,
West
that's so
Coast.
extraordinary. I really would hope it for you. I wish it for you. Let's pray. Let's
Yeah.
pray on that, please, everybody.
Right. Yes.
Please,
It's on my
please.
manifestation. It's on my manifestation board.
Yeah, but it would be a perfect movie. It's really a
Yes,
great. I'll tell
really,
you,
really.
manifestation board. Yeah, of course. Okay, here's the last question I normally ask everybody.
Okay.
And you cannot say marriage and you cannot say children. That
Okay,
cannot be the
good.
answer to the question.
Okay.
In your entire lifetime, and you can
Hmm.
refer to anything along the way, what
Hmm.
would you say has been, up until now, your crowning moment?
Oh, up until right from then, from birth to now, crowning moment. I guess raising my kids.
Mhm.
Oh, and you said no children. I
That's
forgot.
okay. That's all
Oh,
right. I
no,
mean,
no, no. There must be
uh,
something else. Well, writing my book,
writing the
really,
book. So
because
yeah.
that was, really putting myself out there. Oh, and of course, that way, because then I've also done a lot of radio shows and podcasts, and public speaking has become something that I really enjoy. Yes, yes.
Right.
Let's
So
call it that.
fantastic. Good for you. Well, listen, I want to know when it becomes a movie, the book. Again,
Okay.
everybody, the girl with the black and blue doll, Linda Summersea. So make sure that you go
Yes.
to Amazon, pick up the book.
Right.
And as soon as you know it's becoming a movie and that movie comes out, you let me know and we'll get you back on.
Okay. Oh, one more thing.
Go right ahead.
I'm a Goodreads author. So they can find me on
Okay.
Goodreads, and there's a link to the book in Amazon.
There too.
Everything's there.
All right,
Yep.
Linda.
They can even talk to me there because I,
Oh,
converse.
okay. Very exciting. Well, I do appreciate your time. Thank you so much. If there's one last thing you'd like to say, go right ahead.
Oh,
If
just
not,
that it's been such a pleasure,
oh,
Clarissa.
thank you.
This has been wonderful. I'm so
Thank you
glad
so
that
much.
you found me.
I am pleased. Well, we finally made it happen. We had a little bit of you couldn't make it, then I couldn't make it, then I couldn't make it. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but we're here. We did it. And I'm thrilled
Right.
for you in the book. And your story is truly extraordinary. So thank you so much again for being here. Be
Thank
well
you.
now. Be well.
Yes. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the In the Limelight podcast, intelligent media for the savvy entrepreneur. You'll find my video interviews on YouTube and ClarissaBurt.com, and the audio version of the interviews you can get wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to connect with me on social, pretty much anywhere, and do stay well until we meet again in the Limelight.